Okay, let's get right into it. We are not talking about feeling a little less embarrassed today. No, we're talking about a complete philosophical teardown and rebuild based on the work of the legendary Dr. Albert Ellis. This is your guide on how to stubbornly, fundamentally, and completely refuse to be ashamed.
And Alice does not pull any punches. He hits us with this right out of the gate. He's not saying shame is just some minor inconvenience. He's saying it is the very root system for a massive amount of our psychological problems. Think of it less like a bug and more like a virus in your entire operating system.
All right, so if we're going to dismantle this thing, first we've got to get our hands dirty. Before we can go to war with shame, we have to know our enemy. We need to understand what it actually is and the very real damage it's doing to us, probably every single day.
I mean, just look at the sheer scope of this thing. Shame isn't one simple feeling. It's this whole ugly constellation of self-judgment. It covers everything from feeling kinda incompetent to feeling like a complete and utter disgrace. It's a monster with a lot of heads.
In the fallout, it's brutal. We're talking serious psychological states like deep depression and crippling anxiety. We're talking about an inability to actually get close to people. And it's not just in your head. This stuff attacks your body. It causes real physical problems. This is exactly why we need to fight back.
So here it is. This is the absolute core insight, the one thing you really have to get. Your shame isn't actually caused by what you did wrong. It's caused by a flawed, frankly bullshit philosophical system you've accidentally bought into. It's a rigged game and you've been set up to lose from the start. The key here is that you are not broken. Your belief system is. Think about it. You make a mistake, you feel ashamed, and then what happens? You feel ashamed for feeling ashamed. It's this vicious downward spiral, a self-perpetuating cycle of self-condemnation that just keeps feeding on itself. And this is a perfect illustration of how rigged the game is. We set up these impossible, contradictory demands for ourselves. You literally cannot win. You must be a sexual conqueror. But wait, if you are, you're just a promiscuous dog. You must not be poor, but if you're rich, you're a greedy bastard. You're completely boxed in, which guarantees you'll fail and feel shame no matter what you do.
So, how do we get out of the box? Well, it's not by trying to play the game better. Ellis argues we need to launch an all-out philosophical attack. We're not just bending the rules of the game, we are flipping the whole damn table over.
Now this slide makes a vital distinction. On one side, you've got the temporary fixes, the band-aids. Dieting, getting busy, distracting yourself. They might work for a minute. But the second you fail, Ellis says you're right back to shamehood and shithood. The real cure, the permanent solution, is the philosophical attack. It dismantles the entire faulty system at its foundation.
Okay, so this is our battle plan. Our philosophical attack has 4 main fronts. These are the core mindset shifts we need to make to permanently rewire our brains and kick shame to the curb for good.
First up, anti-perfectionism. It's actually pretty simple. You are not perfect, you will never be perfect, and demanding perfection from yourself is literally insane. Ellis puts it bluntly. You have to accept that you're an error-prone, fallible human. It's not a weakness, it's just reality. It is the human condition.
Attack number 2, anti-self-rating, is huge. You are not your performance. Your actions can be good or they can be bad, but they do not define your worth as a person. And check this out, pride is a trap too. Thinking you're a great person because you did something well is the exact same broken logic that makes you feel like a piece of shit when you fail. You have to give up both. And this leads us to attack number 3, your motivation. Why do you do things? The old model is achieving stuff to prove your worth, right? To show everyone you're not a turd. The new model, you achieve for pure enjoyment. You do it to have a fucking ball, not to earn your right to exist.
All right, theory is great, but now we get to the practical stuff. These are the concrete, sometimes really weird exercises that are designed to desensitize you to shame and put that new philosophy into action.
The whole point of these drills is to actively seek out shame. You deliberately do things you think are embarrassing or foolish to give yourself undeniable proof that nothing terrible actually happens. The world doesn't end. Most people barely even notice. It's exposure therapy for your ego. So what does this look like in the real world? Wear a ridiculous hat for a whole day. Get on a quiet bus and call out the street names. Go to a restaurant and politely send the soup back a few times. The idea is to break that social fear circuit by overloading it. You do the thing you're scared of, you survive, and you build an immunity.
Now, this next one is a mental drill.
It's called rational emotive imagery. You vividly imagine your worst-case shame scenario, giving a speech and completely bombing it, for example. You let yourself feel that hot wave of humiliation, but then you consciously work to change that feeling into something less destructive, like simple disappointment or regret. You're rehearsing a healthier emotional response. Here's another tactic: social inoculation. Surround yourself with people who aren't burdened by shame. When you see others acting freely, doing things you'd be embarrassed to do, it normalizes that behavior and it recalibrates your own sense of what's acceptable.
So where does all this lead? The philosophical attacks, the weird public drills, they're all pointing to one ultimate destination. This is the end game. This is the whole point.
Unconditional self-acceptance. This is it. It means you accept your own intrinsic worth, period. It's not dependent on your achievements, your morality, or your failures. Your worth is a given. It's not something you have to earn, and it's not something you can lose.
And listen to how radical Ellis is willing to be to make his point. This is not about condoning bad acts, not at all. It's about the final, crucial separation. You can condemn the act as wrong, destructive, or unethical, but you never condemn the self. You are always, unconditionally, a fallible human being who is worthy of acceptance. Ultimately, this entire thing boils down to action. Theory is useless without practice. This isn't just about understanding the idea, it's about living it. So the question I want to leave you with is this: what's one small, ridiculous, shameful thing you are going to do this week to start building your immunity?